Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It is time for your favorite show. It's your host with the most. You know me, I'm your beau with the flow. Hey, it's me, it's Calypso. Hello, everybody. What it do? Woo, nice and bright Wednesday. Man, we getting it going today. All right, we getting it going. All right, we got a little bit of Fantasy Football Wednesday coming at you. We are having a lot of fun. What we're going to be doing today, man, see. There we go. We're going to be bringing four different fantasy football tracks with you. Different settings all the way around. Yeah, that's giving me some hassle right over there in that corner. It's like the reflection up in there. I just got to stay like right here. If I don't move. Oh, perfect. Okay, if I just stay right here. Okay. Green screen's going to kill me today. All right, what are we doing? We are starting with the league that, let's just be honest, pisses me off the most. Not because I'm losing. I mean, I'm one game out of first place. I'm last, but I'm one game out of first place. So it's not that. I hate these standard leagues. These standard, we get like one or two running backs. It's all offense based. the idea is pick whichever person you really like the most and pray that they don't get hurt. That's really the whole point of this. Here was my goal. The reason why I'm in this league, even though I'm not a huge fan of it, it's because these are some previous students of mine. I was a teacher for quite a few years, and high school teacher specifically. And these kids are ones that I grew up with. I watched them grow up, and they're adults now. They've got wonderful lives, positive contributions to society. I'm very proud that these kids still want to hang out with me. So any chance that I can be a part of it, when they were like, "Hey, you want to be in our fantasy football?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." Even though I hate this type of format, I love that I get to be still connected to some of my older students. So that's why we're doing it. What was my plan for this one? Because this is a standard league, I went with a very common plan for this league. I went like 4 running backs first. I'm not even joking. I drafted 4 running backs right out of the gate. Or at least I tried to. I got Jahmyr Gibbs. You can see my running backs are okay. Chase Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, Ashton Genty, Kayshawn Jukins. They're okay. They're not too bad. Kayshawn has been my best pickup. I will say. Jahmyr Gibbs gave me a win last week. Taking a look last week, I played Drake May be a PDF. Now, what's great about that is Drake May is leading my division, and we were able to pull a game. So we're now 1 game behind first place. That's awesome. This week, I'm playing the first place team in the other division. Taking a look at the standings. So we got Soren Barkley and Drake May. My apologies, I forgot. Tony is kicking the crap out of us. Yeah, look at it. His points for is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know if anyone can catch him. But we do have Soren Barkley, and I have to tell you, Soren Barkley is pretty cool because, first of all, being ran by a family member of mine, but also being shared with a preacher. Not that defines who they are, but like, he's a really cool guy. And I've been able to meet him a couple times. Love what he's doing. Love that he's getting in fantasy football, mixing up with the family, having a good time. And currently, right now, they're running second, even though 4-3. That's a whole lot of first places. Whole lot of first places. So it is what it is. We got about 7 weeks to go. I'm pretty sure projected playoffs, I'm not in it. No. So we're going to take top 6 teams, huh? Okay. That's disturbing. You got 1 team from of each bye, and then the next 2. So that's how they're going to get it. So I have to be in the top 3. And I'm 1 game out of that. Let me double check that. Was the Pirates actually in this? Yeah, Lamar's Pirates is actually in it. Okay. So if we get in the top 3, we can sneak into the playoffs. All right, let's get our team going. Let's be truthful. There's nothing really for us to decide. Joe Burrow is IR, so he's not doing anything. That leaves us with Caleb Williams and Joe Flacco. All right, we got Joe Flacco against the Jets that just imploded. Their defense is tough. We got to go Flacco, right? We got to go Flacco. And as much as I love Caleb Williams, and I do, chat, you got to let me know. This is a tough matchup. Caleb Williams in Baltimore, and it's at Baltimore on top of us. That really already tells me I don't like Caleb Williams. I know that currently right now Baltimore's defense is hot garbage. But if I'm being truthful with you, I never underestimate Baltimore. I know they're garbage. But let's be real. You get Lamar Jackson back. Derrick Henry is already rested for the first half of the season. they could go on a tear and absolutely still sneak into the playoffs. And if I'm going to continue to be transparent and honest with you, if Baltimore sneaks into the playoffs, there are going to be some upset teams. Like, do you really imagine like the first round could be like Baltimore and New England? What a great, like if this was 10 years ago, what a great matchup. That could be fun to watch. It could be also almost like Lamar's last hurrah type of thing. Because there could be some serious changes coming in Baltimore. So the question is, do we go Joe Flacco, which has had 2 great weeks? He is the Cinderella story, just as he was last year. He struggled in the beginning half, but I really don't put too much on him for that. I put a lot of that on the Stefanski over in Cleveland. I think that team is having some trouble. Their receivers have disappeared. I don't even think Jerry Jeudy has quite realized he's on the team yet. And from what I'm hearing, Cleveland Browns are looking for another receiver to try to get Jerry Jeudy moving. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in Cleveland. I wish Dylan Gabriel the best. I actually do. I think Dylan Gabriel, I think he could be a good game manager. So we'll see how this is. Big Fish, I got you, man. Absolutely. I'll get that sent over. Absolutely. My stream team will get on that. I usually don't mess too much with it during the stream, but I will get you added over. Welcome. We appreciate you, Big Fish. Let us know if you've got any fantasy football questions, statements, anything on your mind. That goes for everybody that's out there. Let us know. Let us know. We're just chatting. Right now, I mainly need to know Joe Flacco against the Jets. And remember, Cincinnati's at home. Or should we go Caleb Williams at Baltimore? Right now, I'm leading Joe Flacco. Yes, I think he is going to turn into a pumpkin again at some point. But here's the thing. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Chase Brown. Enough said. If you can get a quarterback that can just manage the game, which Flacco can, and he can do it very well, dude, that's a pretty impressive team. So I'm going to go Joe Flacco. Let me know if you guys disagree. Let's talk it through. Running backs. What do we got? Nothing. We have 2 running backs we're going to run with, Keyshawn Jukins and Chase Brown. Chase Brown had a wonderful sighting last week. He goes back into my lineup mainly because Jahmyr Gibbs and Ashton Genty are down due to bye weeks. So let's see if Brown can actually put 2 weeks together. That'd be great. I like Chase Brown. I think he's a good running back. I think he's had trouble running because they haven't had quarterback play really. So I'm hoping Joe Flacco continues to open that up. The next part is the receivers on this team. We don't really have anything to choose from. Roma Donze and McMillan. I like McMillan. The problem is it's in Carolina. I'm not a Bryce Young fan, and McMillan is scoring rather well with who his quarterback is. So it's hard to take him out. Roma Donze, yes, he is in a very crowded wide receiver room, and I mean very crowded. But that boy is talented. Now, he is not Jackson Smith talented. But I do believe Roma Donze will continue to be a consistent wide receiver contributor for years to come. Now, as that room clears up a little bit, it should be even more interesting. The real question for our team, and when it comes down to it, Joe Flacco, Caleb Williams, that is a question for us. But it seems to me like it's a pretty easy decision. You got Tyler Warren and Tucker Kraft. And before all you Tyler Warren fans jump out there and be like, that's not a question. For the most part, I agree with you. Tyler Warren's got to be in there. That him in Indianapolis, even if he doesn't score, that means Indianapolis probably lost. But minus that, it's hard to take Tyler Warren out. Then the question is truly right here. Do you got Zay Flowers or do you go Tucker Kraft? Zay Flowers or Tucker Kraft? Now, they're about equal in points. I like Zay Flowers going up against... going up against Chicago's defense right now would be a good set for him. But man, Tucker going up against Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh Sunday night. No, Pittsburgh definitely gives up some points to tight ends. I'd love to get someone in there. Do we mess around with our tight ends? Do we take McMillan out and put in Tucker Kraft? What an interesting one on that one. The problem is Bryce Young's out, right? So you got Andy Dalton against the Bills. Why does that scare me? Like a lot. They're talking buy low, sell high. Good luck. If you have a keeper league, sure. He didn't do anything against the Jets. That's what frightens me right there. His last 2 games have been really kind of down. Really kind of down. Yeah, I know he got the 2 touchdowns against Dallas, which doesn't overly surprise me. Ooh, against that Buffalo, and they're going to be angry. They're coming off, don't they have like a 2-game losing streak coming on right now? I think they have a 2-game losing streak. Yeah, there it is. So they lost to the Patriots and then lost to the Falcons. Back to back. There's no way they go to Carolina and lose, especially with the Chiefs coming up next. There's no way. You got to win this game. This is the classic trap game right here. You look past the Panthers, especially with Bryce Young being injured, and you look past them. Chiefs win, or you're looking to play the Chiefs the following week. Panthers come in and sneak win. And before you argue, oh man, the Panthers are on a winning streak. Dude, get away from me. Get away from me with that. They're on a winning streak. Like, have you paid attention to who they're actually playing? Like, come on. Let's take a look. Who are we talking about here? There you are, Carolina. Look at their schedule. They beat the Dolphins, which are literally tail spinning. Who's going to quarterback for the Dolphins this week? It's not Tua. And even if it's Tua, dude, he's on such a short leash. He's going to find a new team next year. That or the coaches. Both. Maybe both. They beat the Cowboys. Cowboys love to play offense, have no defense. So Carolina just literally outscored them somehow. And that just happened to be the game that for the McMillan scored 2 touchdowns in. So that probably had something to do with it. Then the god-awful Jets had every opportunity to win the game. And I'm going to stick to this. You leave. If you left Justin Fields in that game, I think the Jets pulled the win out. I get it. Fields is bad. I actually blame the OC a lot more than I do Fields right now. Whoever the Jets OC, can you name the Jets OC? Can you? Like, honestly? Can you tell me the scheme that they like to use? Oh, yeah, by the way, with Garrett Wilson out, running only routes, like they don't even move him anymore, really. Traded MHJ and ETN for Chase and BTJ. What y'all think? Well, I mean, ETN is definitely better than Chase, and I use better loosely, and I mean loosely, because I think ETN is going to outproduce in numbers right now. I trust Liam Cohen in the run game. I know I say that looking at what they've done these last couple games, but if I don't know. Liam Cohen is literally going to make that run, right? He's going to make it. Travis Etienne, 514 yards. The one thing I'm not sure about is what's going on with BTJ. Dude, I don't. He's got drops galore. The boy is in his head. You talk about a sophomore slump. He is having it. And it sucks because I think if you can get BTJ running again, it would help out the offense quite a bit if they could stop dropping the freaking ball. So who's MHJ? I'm trying to think of who MHJ is. Why can't I think of MHJ? Hold up. Oh, you're talking about Marvin Harrison? Oh, okay. You're talking about Marvin Harrison. I got you. Me personally, I mean, that's a good trade. Yeah, I got you, Sweeps. That's a good trade. What's the rest of your team look like, though? Like, I mean, you're trading straight position for position. Are you a keeper league? What are your points? Like, keep in mind, guys, when you ask us these types of things, like we want to help, but I'm showing you 4 different leagues with all different settings. Like 3 of them, I'm GMs. This is the worst league I'm in as far as what I can control. So some of those numbers and those settings will definitely change the answer. But if you're going straight up, who do I think are going to produce more overall in the NFL this year? I would most likely have stuck with MHJ and Etienne. I think Etienne will outproduce Chase. If Chase would have had Joe Burrow, I would have considered that more of a toss-up. But with Etienne, I trust Liam Cohen a lot more with Etienne right now. As far as BTJ, he's just in a sophomore slump, and MHJ isn't. Like, yeah, Marvin has to deal with quarterback issues, but so does BTJ. And in fact, I'm even saying that Brian Thomas has a quarterback problem is dumbfounding to me because you paid Trevor Lawrence so much. And it's not that he doesn't have the talent. He does. You can see it in his arm strength. He lacks the decision-making from the eye perspective. When you are watching him play, he is thinking way too much. He's not playing football. So although he can make really good throws, he's not doing it right now. You saw them come back in their Monday night game. They did really well. And then they've struggled since. Yeah, I blame the hangover slightly. Because that's hard. Being a football coach, and in no way am I saying that I was in the NFL, am I saying I was a good coach, anything like that. I'm not saying anything like that. But I am saying with a little bit of experience of being in a position of being a coach to lead 53 people. Dude, it's hard to come off that signature win. It's very hard. And they're struggling to find out who they are. And I think it's mainly Lawrence. When Lawrence figures it out, I do believe the Jaguars could be competitive. I do. I just believe there's a big chance. And it's becoming more, in my opinion, and no one else's. I think there's a chance Lawrence is moved. And again, Shao Kahn is not going to get up Trevor Lawrence. Dude, Kahn has been one of the most loyal owners out there. So no way do I expect Khan to get rid of him. Starters are hold on. You have Mahomes, Garrett Wilson, Worthy, Jukins. You have Jukins and Chase? What is with the AFC North with you, my man? Kelsey, I'm never a Kelsey fan. He steals touchdowns right now, so you have to keep him. He is good for production. But if you're in a keeper league, dude, trade him. That's my advice. Trade him. Yeah, your production's going to go down a bit, but you'd trade him. Your flex is AJ Brown? It's interesting. I think you have Worthy a little higher than I do. I would probably stick with AJ Brown. And judging by that, I mean, let me get, and this is what's interesting. I would have put Marvin Harrison Jr. above Worthy. That's my guess. You probably did as well. Now that you took out Marvin Harrison, you pulled in Worthy, which I think lowers your receivers, more so with Wilson and what's going on with the Jets. I think your help needed to be more in receivers than it does running backs because you have Jukins and ETN. I would have stuck with those two, left with Marvin Harrison Jr. Yeah, deal with his injury a little bit, deal with his quarterback problem. I still like his quarterback problem more than I like Trevor Lawrence's problem, especially with BTJ. Now, here's the thing. If you're talking keeper league, I like the trade. And why? Okay, let me tell you the why. ETN, I think, is going to be traded. I think they like Bashul Tootin over in Jacksonville. And I think they like LaQuint Allen. You have two running backs right there. What's the problem that you have in that team? Line. Their line is mediocre at best. Not great. They don't really have a Pro Bowler on that line. So that means ETN's going to most likely get traded at some point for an actual key. I wouldn't be surprised. See it during draft night coming up. He gets traded to a running back heavy team or needed team. And the Jaguars continue to build on the line. I think that's what's going to happen. I really do. So I wouldn't be surprised to go ETN, go ahead and trade him now in a keeper league. I think that's good. You have no idea where he's going. Get something that helps your team now. Me, dude, definitely go after a tight end. But that's because I'm not a Kelsey fan, and I would trade Kelsey as fast as possible. Again, if you're in a keeper league. If you're in a one-off league, keep Kelsey. You're going to get a lot of points. Again, having Devontae sitting on your bench and pulling in BTJ, I just don't understand why you needed BTJ. Like, he now becomes your worst receiver. You traded probably your second best receiver, if not third. I would definitely put Marvin Harrison above Worthy. I would keep Wilson above Marvin Harrison. And I would argue with you on Devontae Adams. Again, keeper league will change my answer to this. But I would say Marvin Harrison would have been your second best receiver. And you got AJ. I forgot you got AJ. So between AJ Brown, Devontae Adams, Worthy, Wilson, and Marvin Harrison, I think, would have been your second receiver, arguing with AJ Brown. The only reason why I give him a little bit of push over AJ Brown is because AJ is in a crowded receiver room. You don't know if Devontae Smith's going to get all the catches. Is Goddard going to get all the catches? You don't know where they're going to go with it. So that makes it a little tough. Two trade offers. Just trying to get another opinion. Absolutely. You have Jukins and you were offered Rome. Jukins for Rome Odunze, 101, and Nico. You have Jonathan Taylor. He's never leaving. Bucky, I would try to get rid of Bucky. I would keep Jukins and get rid of Bucky, me personally. But Are you in a keeper league? At running back, you only have Rice and QJ at your receiver. Well, I can see why you. I can see why you might be going after Rome. I wouldn't do it for Jukins though. Yeah, how many receivers can you play at once? How many running backs can you play at once? Give me some stats on that. Because here's my thing. I mean, if you've got Jonathan Taylor and you can run one running back, Jukins, I get why you're trading Jukins, especially if you can play two wide receivers. But then again, if you can play two wide receivers, you're going to go Rico because, well, first of all, they're done with their bye over in Houston, so you're not worried about that anymore. Rice just came off suspension and is going to continue to get better. Two flex. Dude, you could do 4 receivers? Oof. Then no, I definitely wouldn't trade it. Why? Why not stick, like, if you can do Jonathan Taylor and Jukins with Rico and Rice? Why? What does Rome do for you right there? I would trust Jukins to put up more points consistently than Rome Odunze, and I'm a Rome Odunze fan. And I mean fan. No, I get you. 2 running backs, 2 receivers, 2 flex. No, I understand what you're saying. But I think Jukins, yeah, you got JT and Bucky, but why not just leave Bucky in your flex then? Why move Bucky to your running back? Why not flex him? You're getting the same points. Jukins is going to outproduce Rome. I wouldn't do it. I would not do it. That's me. Points wise, I don't think it makes sense. I just don't. I'm looking at it. I just don't think it makes sense. I probably would stick to it. What are you thinking though, June? I'm very curious. What are you thinking? Like, I can see why you would be leaning towards it. Another receiver could definitely help you. What I would do personally is see if you can trade Bucky. Because now if you're trading Bucky to get another receiver, especially if you could do Bucky for Rome, oh, I would do that. Yeah, I would do that. Hold on. Okay. I might have misunderstood here. You were offered Nico. Now that's a little different. That's a little different. Nico, I mean, the problem that you got with Nico is Houston and the offense right now. Not CJ Stroud. I don't think CJ Stroud is the issue at all. So is this a one-off league? Because June, if this is a one-off league, dude, I love what you're thinking. I would trade all the time for championship matchups. People wouldn't understand what I was doing. I'd get rid of really good names because I knew the championship matchup was a better one for me. So June, I'm very curious. If you're in a one-off league, I would not be surprised if you do that at all. Now, me personally, I would definitely go Nico though. Yeah, like I said, I would go Nico Collins. I know he's not producing right now. But yeah, it's a one-off league. Yeah, that's. Oh, you're talking about Rico. My bad. Oh, whoops. Hold up. I got mixed up names. Hold up. Mixed up names. I got to reorganize. I got Rico and Nico in the chat, so I got to I got to organize it. Interesting. I know. I still got to think on the. You're thinking about getting up Jukins for the matchup. All right. Chris, yours truly. Give me just a moment. I'm gonna finish talking up with June because that's an interesting question. It's making me think just slightly more. I still kind of am leaning towards Jukins though. If I'm being honest. What is happening? Okay. What's Jukins' last one? Against the Bengals? Why are you worried about Jukins against the Bengals? Even the Steelers, I wouldn't be worried about either of them. The Bills, yeah, that's going to be a tough matchup. The Bears might be a tough matchup. But, I mean, the Patriots will be tough. The Jets should be easy selling. Ravens right now should be easy selling. Raiders definitely easy selling. 49ers will be a tough run, but they do have a weakness on running. The Titans, again, tough line, but they have given up a lot in running. Chicago is always, right now, with that defense, good luck. That might be some hard sledding. The Bills are always a little hard to match up against. I could see Jukins doing much better against the Bills, only because it should open up their passing game by this point, especially if they get a wide receiver at the trade deadline, which a lot of people are expecting the Browns to do. So that could definitely change that Bills matchup. Otherwise, the Steelers and Bengals, I'm not worried about either one of those matchups. Yeah, I'm not worried about Jukins playing the Steelers. I'm not. Like if you look at the game, look at their last game. I understand what you're talking about. Yeah, he got 36 yards on 12 carries. I get that. Yes. Here's also the problem you're looking at. Like Dylan Gabriel slowly getting into it. By that last game, dude, they're going to be playing. And here is what your concern should be, though. And I do mean this wholeheartedly, June. The Browns could be out of it, and in which case Jukins is sitting. And that's a real problem that you need to consider. Who's going to be playing week 17? And Jukins may not. The question then becomes, would the receiver be playing? Most likely. Especially if you're talking Houston. Yeah, I would definitely take Bucky against the Dolphins. I can see why you're doing that. I can see that. And that makes a lot of sense. It does. Especially one-off leagues. Yeah. I mean, it's still hard getting rid of Jukins, though. He is... his freshman year, he's so unknown around the league with the teams. No, I get why you want to hold on to Bucky. If you're going to trade one of the two, I definitely get why you would do Jukins. I probably wouldn't. I think Jukins is going to help lead you to the playoffs. You pull Bucky anyway. Do you have to make a trade? No. You could stand pat. You could absolutely stand pat with where you're at. Run all three of your running backs that you currently have right now. One of them as your flex. Keep the receivers that you got. Why move? I'm really not so sure that trading either of your running backs for a receiver really helps you in the long run. This is my final decision, June. I've looked at this. This is probably going to be an unpopular opinion. I would hold pat. I wouldn't trade. I would not trade, even in the one-off league. Yeah, I trust my running backs more than I trust the offensive coordinator that is completely struggling in Houston. By that point, you don't know if they're going to be able to still compete. So Nico is going, that could have a serious issue. Hold on, are you talking Rico Dowdle? You have Rico also? Good Lord, I missed that somewhere. You have 4 running backs, man. Yeah, I would stick with your 4 running backs. Why change to receiver? You need 2. You only need 2. I would have 3 just for bye weeks. That was it. Other than that, no. I would not have traded. Do not trade. Keep your 4 running backs. They're more likely to produce than receivers. They get the ball more often. Probability says go with running backs. You've got some solid evidence, though, June. Like, your logical thinking, spot on. Spot on. I can see why you're getting a second opinion on it. That's a tough decision. Me, personally, I would sit. Old School Fat Man's supposed to be here today. He unfortunately is not. I would love to get his opinion with you. But he is not here. He might disagree with me quite a bit, but yeah, no, June, stay pat, man. That would be what I would suggest. I'd be rather curious. June, check back in with me and let me know, because I'm very curious. I'm invested. I want to see how that turns out. Now, usually I'm not overly invested in teams because I'm like, I'm just giving my advice. It's based off what you guys tell me. But you have a very interesting conundrum. I like that kind of stuff. That's why I'm in the leagues that I'm in. June, stand pat. Chris, yours truly. Trade Saquon and Marv for Egbuka, or trade Saquon for Zay. You have Gibbs, Jukins, and Rico. First of all, if you can trade. Wait a minute. What do you mean Zay? Zay-A-E. Who is that? Because right now, if you can get a Buka, dude, get a Buka. Get a Buka, man. Are you talking about Zay, the Omidia Zay, or however you say his name? Hey, I appreciate you, June. Appreciate the subscribe and follow. Hey, we do this every Wednesday, June. Every Wednesday I go through my 4 teams. I try to explain my logical thinking, which is usually screwed up. And that's okay. You are talking about Zay Flowers. Yeah, dude, get rid of Zay. There's nothing you can do with Baltimore right now. Are you, Chris, are you in a one-off league or a keeper league? But yeah, June, every Wednesday, we're here doing fantasy football. I usually have Old School Fat Man with me. We go through our 2 teams. We're in a league together. This one right here called Frankly My Dear. I don't give a damn. This league here it's a very different. Hey, Old School just popped in as I was mentioning his name. Look at that. Give him a moment to get set up, guys. I see him just popping in, so we'll get his mics checked out and things like that. But to go back to what I was saying, June, like on Wednesday, Old School and I, we go through this, Frankly My Dear, because we're in the league together. We're trying to get to the Super Bowl. So he's in one conference, I'm in the other. And so this is a GM league and a half. Like we're both in a really tough situation. And now that Old School is here, I can't wait to get his opinion on some stuff. But June, I'm glad that you're following. Thank you so much. Dude, shout out everything you got. Love to hear it, especially if you disagree with me. Those are my favorites. Because when you disagree with me, it makes me rethink some stuff, and I love doing that. And then all of a sudden, I got like 8 spreadsheets, and I'm putting out stuff that everyone's like, that's not needed. Am I right there, Old School? I can hear him banging a little bit, so I know he's getting closer. So Chris, I'm gonna go back to yours real quick. You have you have an interesting thing, dude. No, first of all, do not trade Saquon Barkley for Zay Flowers. Don't do that. Trade Saquon Barkley and Marv for Egbuka in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Dude, did you know that the entire Buccaneers receiving core, Goodwin, Evans, both of them, they are hosed. You need to go with, especially if you're in a keeper league, you got to go with Egbuka and McMillan. Those 2 are going to be the new receivers for Baker Mayfield. And Egbuka is already the new number 1 receiver. Hey, I hear you. I hear you, Old School. You sound good, by the way. Now, Marv Harrison, I'm a fan of Marv Harrison. I know he's a little inconsistent. I think that has to do a little bit with his quarterback. Kyler Murray, although I do I think he's a bit inconsistent, and I think his accuracy has some issues. And to be able to throw to Marvin Harrison, you kind of have to lead Marvin Harrison. And I know I said that in any coach of football is like, well, no shit. You do that with every quarterback and receiver, right? No, actually you don't. A lot of the times you'll put the freaking football right on their numbers. Ask BTJ how that is, because you put it right on his numbers, he drops the ball. You lead him, he runs into it. It completely changes what the receivers can do based on where you put the ball. And I think Kyler Murray's having trouble finding where Marvin Harrison likes the ball. That's just my opinion. And my eye test. Old school, you've been watching a lot longer than I have. What do you think about Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I have a mic that works. I'm so happy. Finally hear you. This is kind of cool.
Shit, yeah. No, dude, you're coming in clear, dude. You sound good.
That's that mic you bought.
Oh, it ain't nothing about who bought what. It's the fact that you got it working, man.
Tell you what, I missed a little bit, but with Kyler Murray,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Kyler Murray's one of those quarterbacks that you either love him or you hate him.
Mm-hmm.
And it boils down to like personal preference. I think perfect coach for him, but I don't know with Gannon's issue he had how much longer he.
Yeah, true. I don't know. I just, like I said, I just think Murray's having some trouble truly connecting with Harrison. I think they will be fine. I just think they need more time. Me opinion.
It's like anything, man.
Yeah.
When you look at how Marvin, his dad was with Peyton, that didn't click immediately, but my God.
Yeah. And that's, Chris, yours truly. I think that's what makes your trade very interesting. Very few people are in a situation that they can trade Saquon Barkley, Marvin Harrison Jr., and completely be fine. Like usually when you're trading one of those pieces, not both, one of them, your team is trying to get better to potentially move into a playoff hunt. Dude, you're moving them because you're fed up with them and have people to replace them. Like, that's awesome. You've got Gibbs, Jukins, and Rico to replace Saquon Barkley. Yeah. Dude, I would do Saquon and Marvin Harrison for Ibuka in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Dude, if they've offered you that trade, you hit accept over and over and over again until you finally see it say completed. If you are the one offering it, dude, send it right away. Especially if you know that guy is going to take that offer. All right. That's crazy. Good luck, man. That's awesome.
And I got a return offer on mine.
Oh, I figured you did because I saw that he was online. And I got to catch everybody up, so I got to back up just a moment before you tell us. So here's what's going on, everybody. You guys are going to love this. Dude, we've been waiting for this the whole week. So I gotta bring up Reginald's quivering member for you real quick so you guys can see. Here they are. Now, this is Old School Fat Man's team right here. Now, he's got Jaden Daniels, and he is looking to trade Jaden Daniels. Funny enough, very similar to the reason for Chris, yours truly. You had enough of Saquon Barkley and Marvin Harrison, and Old School Fat Man's got a little bit of, he's a little tired of Jaden Daniels with injury. Am I right? Yeah. Great player. Great player. So is Saquon. Great player, but, inconsistent when we're trying to win a league. So why not take the value? Old School Fat Man had this wonderful idea. What if we, I say wonderful because it makes me laugh. He says, what if I trade Jaden Daniels? And I'm like, who are you going to go get? Like, I think if you're trading Jaden Daniels, you have like a pick of almost every quarterback. Everyone loves Jaden Daniels right now. So I think you could almost choose. Well, there's this one guy, Globo Jim Purple Cobras. He's recently came out and said, you know what? My season's toast. I'm going to go ahead and give up everything. So he put Michael Penix Jr. up on the board on a trade bait. Now, I've been trying to get Michael Penix Jr. from this cat all year long, and he told me no. And in fact, before he put up that the trade bait was available with Michael Penix Jr., he told me no 2 days beforehand. He's like, nope, won't trade Michael Penix. 2 days later, he puts him up on the board. I hate this guy. Now, minus my personal feelings for him, okay? Jaden Daniels for Michael Penix, Gatson, the tight end, Ryan Fitzgerald, and the first, I believe. What's that?
That's well, I had offered third, and then and his first, and I offered Jaden Daniels the third.
Yeah, so Jaden Daniels in a third for Michael Penix, Gatson, Fitzgerald, and the first. And this guy came back and said no. Now, I expected him to say no. I figured he was not going to want to give up Michael Penix and a first-round pick, but there's no reason not to ask. If this guy loves Jaden Daniels, he signs it immediately. You just got a first-round pick for almost nothing. So you got to start there. And it sounds like he came back. Now, I can't see it, which sucks, but I'd love to hear this trade. What do you got going on in this trade? What's the return offer? You still with me, old school? Oh, did I lose him? All right, we might have lost old school. So I'm very curious what this trade is. I can't see it. I'm going to see if I can do, I think, trade offers, but I don't think I can see the actual trade offers until they go through. Yeah, I can only see mine. Dang. I wish I could see his, though. I'm very curious what was offered. But I noticed it did not go through. Old school should be, that was kind of interesting.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. That was weird.
So I get, all it says now is he offered, I give up Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. And you didn't accept that already?
No, I'm yeah, it's accepted. You know me, I told you, man. Here, Chase.
Look, and I get it, because here's my thing. I'm going to go back to what that's going to be. Here's the reason why I wouldn't do it. For you. For me, I'd do it in a heartbeat, but for you, I wouldn't. Here's why. First of all, I'm a huge Michael Penix fan. I think he is going to be a good quarterback. I really do. And we're in a keeper league where we have to deal with salary caps and contracts. If you're telling me that I can get a quarterback that is going to probably put up 150 to 200 points a year for the next 3 years with Michael Penix at $5 million roughly a year, I'll take that. Now, I like tight ends, and they are needed in this league. That is true. So that's why he's going after Gatson. It makes a lot of sense. It's very cheap. You get him for a lot of years, and your tight end is pretty much taken care of. Makes sense. Ryan Fitzgerald. Okay, kickers in this league mean something. If you can find a kicker that's putting up 50 points to 70 points already in this league, you've probably got a couple extra wins. In this league, kickers mean something. And also, I need to remind you, or at least update everybody in this league, we don't have 7 rounds of draft picks. We have 3. 3. If you don't get what you're getting in 3 rounds, dude, you're done. And that's why things are so hard in this league. You can have 24 total players. 2 of them are on IR, right? So you've got to be very careful. Now, for his team, him being old school fat man, I know you're going in and out old school, so that's why I'm talking the way I am.
Sorry, dude.
No, you're good. Keep at it. You just join in here whenever you can. So with old school fat man, This trade, I think, makes his team better. He gets Michael Penix, which stays a little bit more healthy than Jaden Daniels. Difference? He's not going to put up the same amount of points as Jaden Daniels is. Daniels has been out, 2 games so far this year, and he's still outscored Penix by at least 20 points. And that's with 2 extra games that Penix has. So that right there tells you that although Penix will be probably consistent as the year goes on, he's not going to blow the top off of a game. He's probably gonna give you maybe 15 points a game, which is what you need for a manager. Tight end, he has no tight end. Mark Andrews, and I get why originally Old School bought Mark Andrews is for all the touchdowns, and I think that was legit. No one saw what was happening in Baltimore happening this year. So that happens. Here's the one thing that Old School Fat Man may not have noticed yet. His kicker actually has a chance to be a kicker again. Did you see that? Yeah, so.
Yeah, he also had a chance with the Giants. Waited 3 weeks while they've not done it.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay, so I don't know how much of this that you've been caught into. So first of all, the number 1 kicker they just released, them being the New York Giants, they said, hey, you missed 2 extra points. You're out of here, buddy. So they kicked him off. That means the Giants have 2 kickers left. Yes, they had 3 on their roster. We're not going to get into that. They have 2 kickers left. One of them is coming off of IR. And I'm not pretending with you. They are literally coming off IR this week. They're at practice tomorrow, I believe, to try to be in the game on Sunday. It is a complete possibility that Young Ho Koo is the kicker this week, if not moving forward. We'll see how this goes. So this is a chance either way. Does this benefit his team? Absolutely. Does it put his team in the playoffs? No. I think his team's in the playoffs with or without this trade. His division is garbage. He's going to win his division if he sits half his players. His best receiver right now is Malik Washington, and I would argue that 97% of the fantasy football leagues don't have Malik Washington on a roster. That's his best receiver. He's leading his division. He's going to the playoffs with Jaden Daniels. If he trades Jaden Daniels, he still goes to the playoffs. Because again, that division's horrible. And even though Penix is going to be a little bit lower in points, Gadsden is not enough of a point increase. And the kicker, although technically is definitely an increase, is going to give you probably 6 to 12 points a game. That he's trading Jaden Daniels for 10 to roughly 6 to 12 points a game. That's where I would say not to do the trade. When you break it down for what he's getting in return, although it helps his team, point value, I don't think it makes sense. I don't think he's getting enough. But I understand why and you heard me. As soon as he said what the trade was, dude, I was like, why didn't you accept it? I would accept it. But then again, I need a quarterback. And I love Michael Penix. I wouldn't say I love Michael Penix. I just like Michael Penix. I think he's a really good quarterback. I think he will be a really good quarterback. So I like Michael Penix. Yeah, that's where I am. Like, again,
I'll tell you.
yeah.
You're going to laugh at one of the reasons. Is a rookie kicker.
Mm-hmm.
He's deadly.
Nah, I don't think so. But here's the thing.
I don't think I've lost by. I don't think I've. I think.
But here's the thing. I mean, we're gonna put this to the test.
I don't remember.
Okay, look. You can't count any of the 3 games because, again, these are the 3 teams in his division, which are god-awful, so he's going to annihilate those. You lost to Money Train by 32 points. Yeah. Yeah, and then you came back against Unbreakable, which has no team, and beat them by 40. Then you beat Waterboy by 20, And then you lost to Spaceballs by 10. I wouldn't.
I keep thinking, getting this deal.
I mean, that's up to you. I don't know what to tell you on that. I've offered you something for Daniels, and clearly it's not what you want because we're not even talking about it. Okay, so you guys ready? Here's where you're gonna see Old School and I fight. You ready for this? I'm gonna lay it down and where I'm gonna call him out. You ready? I love this part. This is gonna be fun. Here's why I'm gonna call out Old School. We were talking. I said, hey, what if I offered you Ashton Genty, Jaden Daniels, and we worked some stuff out? And he said, I can't do it because you don't have a quarterback and I would have none. Here's where I'm gonna call him out. We both agree that on my team, my quarterback consists of Justin Fields. Now, Old School just told me one of two things is happening. Either he's lying to me or he doesn't even believe the own shit he says. And here's why. We just said last night that we believe Justin Fields is the better quarterback and option in New York than Tyrod Taylor. If Justin Fields is the better option, he finishes out the year unless there's a trade in quarterback coming. Unless you believe Zach Wilson's going to come up out of nowhere and try to lead that team. Which is not going to happen, by the way. So, convincing me, Old School Fat Man has convinced me that my team's going to work this year because I have Ashton Genty and Justin Fields just enough for this year. And it's so good that he won't trade Jaden Daniels for him. So,
I'll tell you what, Woody, I think Woody's going to trade more.
Then that may be true. But as you said also,
seriously, I think Woody is going to pull.
Yeah.
I think Woody's going to pull Woody. And
Yep.
he's going to. I think Justin Fields will be fine.
Yep.
However, I think the offensive.
Could be.
You'd be better off with Arthur. Jaden actually produced decent.
Now, to go further back, Old School Fat Man also told me he wouldn't trade Ashton Genty unless he got a haul for Ashton Genty. And I can't get Jaden Daniels. And here's the funny part. Dude, I can't get Michael Penix for Genty. Neither of you will sell Penix for Genty. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going to ride it. Here's my thing. And this is going to be the best part. It means nothing.
What did I tell you about me and trade? What's this about?
Oh, yeah, you don't trade.
Buyer's remorse before I buy.
Oh, no, I get that. No, I completely get that. But here's what I'm going to show. Like, it doesn't matter what Reginald's quivering member does. He's in the playoffs. I've already told you that. Look at our teams without my quarterback, by the way, that everyone keeps telling me that I'm very bad because I don't have a quarterback. Exactly. I'm outscoring you and nobody wants the trade. That's funny to me. Oh, yeah. I think that's CMC.
You put the number one producing receiver? Oh, my God. Or Jackson Smith and Jiggs.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, Geno Stone. Hey, I offered you Geno Stone. You told me no. I offered you Geno Stone and Derek Stingley for your Tyson Campbell and your safety, switching our points, me taking the extra money. But I mean, I get why you would hold on to it. In the long run, look, truth be told, in the long run, I'm glad you didn't do the trade. I'd rather have Geno Stone, and I really don't want the $19 million cornerback. I just don't. I like Tyson Campbell. I liked Tyson Campbell before he got traded. I'm sad that he did get traded, but it obviously worked out for him. I still do not want a $19 million quarterback. So you saying no was actually my blessing in disguise, because when you talk about buyer's remorse, I offered the trade because we were sitting there talking about it, but the more and more I kept looking at it, because I was offering you the kicker. I was offering you the kicker in order to help you into the playoffs, because I'm not going to get there. I'm going to win one more game on the season, and then I'm going to be done for the rest of the year. And I'll point that out to you. Big Bando TV, thoughts on Ayuk? I traded a future second for him. I mean, what does the rest of your receiver core look like? Are you in that much of a need? What do you have contracts you have to worry about? Overall, if you're just asking, do I think Brandon Ayuk, is he going to perform? Yeah, he's in San Francisco, and he's behind a great coach that's going to put him to use when he comes back. And there's not another receiver on that team. Jennings has disappeared, never actually showed up, if you want my honest opinion. Who do they have after that? Purcell, who can't stay healthy at all. Hasn't he missed like 3-4 games already in 7-game season? Well, there's that. He hasn't been shot. There's always a silver lining. No, I'm with you. So let me know how you do on that trade, dude. I wish you the best. What's that? How often do you say that in fantasy football? That he didn't get shot this year?
Out for 6 weeks. Why? Well, he got shot. You just don't hear that in fantasy football very often.
So Big Bando, he's in a win now. He likes having as many top receivers as possible, so figured he might be worth the risk. I mean, if you're win now, yeah, Brandon Ayuk's going to give you points at the end of the year here for a future second. I just don't know, are you keeping Brandon Ayuk beyond that? How does the rest of your team look next year? Is that second round pick actually going to be more beneficial to you being used on other players or to rebuilding your team? Like, when I look at my team here of Robin and the 7 TDs, I have to worry about contract years. So even if I pick up Brandon Ayuk right now, because I have plenty of money to cover him, if he leaves my team next year, what did I do? Like, I better make sure I'm winning the league championship if I'm giving away a second for a person on 9 games. Like, that's all I'm getting from him is 9 games for a second pick. You better win. But that's just me. I would trade my picks, and Old School and I, we've talked about this lots of times. I would trade my picks, and I have. I have no picks on this team because I have Cameron Bynum and I have Jared Verse. I traded a second and third in order to get those guys. I will trade picks for production more often than not. Ooh, you're coming in even more clear.
Well, dude, I had to go to the phone.
Oh, was it cutting out on the computer?
Yeah, and it's weird. It's just weird.
Gotcha.
I'm on the phone. That's all I'm going to be able to do.
I gotcha. All right, well, let's take a look. I got to set my team real quick. Which quarterback are we going to go with? I'm going to take Justin Fields at Cincinnati because I don't really...
You're not going to go with Anthony Richardson just in case he gets miraculously healthy and Indiana Jones goes out?
Yeah, I'll take my chance with Justin Fields at least starting. My running backs are going to be in a bit of a trouble this week because Ashton Genty is setting out. Kendra Miller just happened to go on IR. That was sweet of him. So I've got Jalen Warren running this week. And good news, I got most of my receivers. So I'm going to have Luke McCaffrey and Rome Odunze as my receivers this week. Let's see. My tight end is, I think I'm still going to stick with Tucker Kraft over Gunnar Helm, although Gunnar Helm is starting to get a little bit more action in the Tennessee offense. Nick Folk is my kicker. He's about the only one scoring points in New York, but that's about all I got. I've got to play Rashawn Gary and AJ Empanaza as my...
Vanessa,
I like him. He just doesn't put up points.
No, and you're right. What's funny is I love watching him play.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing that I hate about Hutch.
Yeah.
Is Hutch gets 18 hurries and 1 tackle.
Yep. No, I'm absolutely with you on that one.
Because Epenesa's a stud. I love watching him play. That dude's all over the field.
Big Bando, your receivers are Puka, Garrett Wilson, Michael Pittman, T. Higgins, DJ Moore, Trey Tucker, Tez, and Ayuk? What league did you join that gave you every receiver that you wanted?
Hey, you do realize that the first part of fixing your problem is admitting you have one.
Good Lord. Dude.
Receiver hoarder.
Yeah, I would love to have a receiver off your team, man. Like any of them.
I'll take Tez. I like Tez.
I'll take any of them. I need a receiver, period. I will be honest with you, though. The two that I have the most interest in is actually Pittman. I like Pittman, and that was before Indiana Jones. And I am a Garrett Wilson fan, but yeah, I don't know on that one. Of course, everyone's like a Puka fan, but good luck trying to trade for Puka. I think the only one that's harder to get than Jaden Daniels is probably Puka Nacua.
Yeah.
What do my linebackers look like? Crap.
Chase, I'll tell you another thing, though. How often Puka in the last year?
Say that again?
Puka scores big points when he's there.
Yeah.
Is it better to have a Puka who's going to miss probably 4 out of 17 games, or have a dude who's steady and going to be there for 17 out of 17? What is your opinion on that? Because that's the question. That's a wuss like me. That's what we want to know.
Well, here's my thing. If I have Puka, Garrett, Pittman, Higgins, DJ Moore, dude, I will take all of them. Even if I have Puka out for 4 games, Garrett out for 4 games, Pittman's almost always there, Trey Tucker's almost always there, T. Higgins is almost always there, DJ Moore is almost always there. So what you're asking is, every week I have one home run hitter in Puka, Garrett, and Pittman. And then I have either 1 or 2 receivers that are my consistency. So my DJ Moore, T. Higgins, Trey Tucker, Tez, Ayuk. And yeah, I know Ayuk's been injured this year and all. I get all that, but still he is pretty consistent when he plays. So for me, I would absolutely take a chance. And I know I'm saying that, and you're looking on my wide receiver core, which consists of Elick, Luke, Jalen, and Rome. Yeah, I didn't even follow my own guideline in that. But I will warn you, there's not a very good receiver for me to go after right now. You have to have picks in this. So it's not like I could the only way I can trade for a receiver right now is I have to trade Genty. That's the only way anyone's looking at my team for trades. So, yeah.
It's funny, in our league, Sky Moore is my second best receiver just because of return yards.
And that's funny because I am constantly doing numbers. And so I have a spreadsheet in this league, and I'm watching all the returners. And those are who I'm going after next year.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, you had Neighbors. You traded him as soon as he got injured for Wilson and Pittman? Who traded Wilson and Pittman for Malik Neighbors? How? Big Bando, I need to join your 12-team league, dude. That's crazy. That's crazy. Actually, I don't need to join because I'm not going to get a receiver.
Is this a perennial league or just for this year?
No, it's a perennial. He's bringing back all those receivers. He says it's a dynasty, no contract. They keep everyone unless traded. 3 wide receivers, 3 flex, 1 super flex. Yeah, I would be holding on to everyone. No salary cap.
Yeah, I'd keep everybody.
I'd keep every one of those receivers. I wouldn't trade for shit.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah. Good job on you, big Bando. Dude, I wish I was in your league and I could get a receiver. I just need 1. I know I got Rome, but I'm hoping Rome and Luke will carry me now. That's literally what I'm doing. Here's my question for you, old school. I'm running out of time on my team. Renardo Green or Derek Stingley Jr. from my corner. They're both playing each other.
Hang on a second. Renardo Green.
Yep, San Francisco. Or Derek Stingley in Houston. I'm thinking Renardo.
Who's got the better quarterbacking right now?
Well, the better quarterback is Houston. So, but my question is, who do I think is going to get picked off more? Mac Jones,
That's what I'm saying is, yeah.
Mac Jones, I'm pretty sure they gave the green light to him starting again this week.
They flat out did.
Yeah, I kind of like Mac Jones protecting the ball more than I do CJ Stroud right now.
But yeah, and I like the play caller better for Mac Jones.
Hey, Big Bendo, we appreciate the sub, man. I hope you come back. Let us know how it is. Dude, drop the link to your league. I'd love to take a look at your league and just see how those teams come out. Is there a team that has like 8 running backs? Because that might be the other thing I would do. I'd just take I'd have like Justin Taylor, Jahmyr Gibbs. Or sorry, Jonathan Taylor, not Justin, my bad. Old school, so what are you thinking, Renardo or Derek?
I mean, I think the safe pick is to pick Derek Stingley Jr.
Okay. It's funny, I'm leaning more to Renardo.
I think Renardo is going to have a chance to score points, but I think Stingley's got the better chance to score points. Because I think you're going to laugh at this. I think they're going to play more defense.
No, I get that. Yeah, I do. I do too. My only thing is I think they're going to continue to run it with CMC. So that's why I'm thinking CJ might be the more likely to be intercepted than Mac Jones.
Could be. Unless you get the lovely San Francisco gets CMC to step wrong and rolls his ankle and they got another injury.
I mean, that's always true. And then we got Trey Lance. Yeah. No, we're not doing Trey Lance.
Oh.
Okay.
Do you think we could trade for Trey Lance?
I think he's currently. You could trade, but you probably need like a 2nd round pick to get Trey Lance.
No, in our league it's a 1st round pick.
Probably. He's not back up yet, so I think he's still 2nd round.
Holy man, dude.
Okay.
Why, you know what, Chase? I'm going to finish your team. Finish your team. Sorry.
Well, I technically have finished the team, but I need to bring one more thing to you before I move off my team, and that is I did get a trade offer that I wanted to run by you.
Ooh.
Good. And I believe it was already retracted, funny enough. Or I said no to it, one of the two. Here's the trade offer. Oh, he retracted it. That's what it was. Okay. So I offered, I went after Tyrod Taylor. Okay. Tyrod Taylor I'm trying to get him just in case Justin Fields happens to not finish out the year. So that was my thinking. I offered a 3rd round pick, for Tyrod Taylor. And truth be told, I offered a 3rd round pick for Tyrod Taylor and a kicker. And he told me no, which I expected.
Really?
But I kind of was hoping he was going to come back Tyrod Taylor for 3rd-round pick straight up, and I figured that's how that trade would get done. That's not how that trade got done. He came back with Tyrod Taylor for Kendra Miller, and I told him to go fly a kite. And then he came back. He came back. It is actually, I offered it, and he said no. I offered Jalen McMillan for Dre Greenlaw. So I offered a potential starting receiver next year for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for the Denver linebacker that is suspended yet again, another game, and has pretty much already been replaced. So I don't even know how easy he's going to get back into the lineup. So we'll see how that goes. But ultimately, linebacker, I was trying to shore up my linebacking problem. He told me no. He sent me another offer this morning, the exact same thing, Jalen McMillan for Dre Greenlaw, but then revoked it. Now, my guess is he finally read the news that Dre Greenlaw is going to be playing in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So my guess is that's probably why he revoked it. But minus that, would you take the trade of Jalen McMillan for Dre Greenlaw? On either side, you tell me which side you would say yes and which side you would say no. And it might be no to both and yes to both. Who knows?
Are we doing it with my team or with your team?
With my team and McGruber.
I'm sorry, I got to pull this up, dude, and look.
Oh, absolutely.
Forgive me.
Absolutely. I like Jalen McMillan, and I wouldn't mind holding on to him because I think he gives me my 4 receivers: Rome Odunze, Jalen McMillan, Luke McCaffrey, and Elik Ayomana. How do you say his last name?
I don't ask.
Ayomana? Anyway, Elik. I actually like my 4 receivers. I'm not hurting. Jalen getting rid of it.
This is McGruber, right? You said this is McGruber?
Yeah.
We're getting Dre Greenlaw.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, man. I'm slow.
No, dude, you're doing great. Keep it up.
It takes me a while. God, I'm so old. It's embarrassing how old I am.
It happens. Every trip around the sun, man.
Good Lord. Yeah. No, I'm a terrible person on these things. Good heck. I wish I had things. I need to prepare better.
See, for me, I think it makes sense for my team to trade it because I have no linebackers except for Kenneth Murray. If I can get Kenneth Murray and Dre Greenlaw with no quarterback for the rest of the year, I think I can still halfway can compete.
No, I would say, yeah, it depends. Is Greenlaw coming back? Is it 2 weeks he's out or just 1?
So as far as I know, he was suspended last game and he's suspended this game. I think he comes back next week and he's 2 weeks before the bye.
I think it makes sense, especially because you got Odunze and McCaffrey.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I mean, Elik is a decent third.
I believe so. I think he's going to get better and better. I think he's going to outproduce Dyke.
Oh yeah,
I think so. I think
if I'm you, if I'm him, I'm not trading the linebacker. If I'm you, I'm trading McMillan.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Because I think linebackers are at a premium in our league.
Yes, they are. That's the second thing I'm going after actually, that's the first thing I'm going after this summer. I'm loading up on linebackers. Dude, I'm going to overspend on every linebacker.
Yeah, I'm going to get a kicker and linebackers.
Yeah. Me at some point getting a quarterback would be a good idea, but I think I'm fucked for this. And I mean, literally, I don't think I'm getting a quarterback for next year.
I think you're going to have to draft and hope. I don't know, man.
I can't even do that. Like, first of all, I have no draft picks.
You're going to have to spend.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, I'm going to, I don't need anything else.
Yeah.
I'll spend everything on a quarterback.
Well, you remember how everybody dropped all their money at the end of the year.
Yep.
You may be able to pick up the quarterback you want by the end of the year because somebody's going to drop a $35, $40 million quarterback.
Dude, that'd be nice. I've been trying to I've been trying to go after every quarterback that's on season ending. So this is their contract year. No one is getting rid of him. I'm like, dude, you have 5 people on your team that are contract ending. You need to get rid of something. You can only put one tag and then extend one person. So what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Be like, well, then why don't you offer me the other players?
Be a free agent.
Yeah.
Who do you have is going to be a free agent?
Me?
Yeah.
Pretty much my linebackers. That's it. Geno Stone is. I will keep Kenneth Murray and Geno Stone. Those are the only 2 that I have really coming back, and probably Nick Folk.
That's exactly what I would do. I would take Geno Stone over Kenneth Murray if I had to make that choice.
I am still willing to trade you Nick Folk right now.
I know.
You keep telling me you're a kicker away, and I'm willing to trade you a kicker.
Here.
Oh.
Yeah, is that my mom calling? Is that my mom calling?
That might be your mom, but that was the bourgeois thing I've ever heard. Fantasy football, we're talking trade, and you just popped up. Is that my mom calling? All right, he's talking to his mom. That's funny. That was hilarious. Oh, and by the way, there's one more reason why I'm willing to trade Jalen McMillan. That's because next year I have Tank Dell coming off the IR.
Yeah.
Dude, my receivers are fine. Okay, let's look at your team. Old school, tell me about your team. What are you thinking, man? Not what I wanted.
Let's see. It's a real tough one for me to decide who to put at quarterback because I can either have Jaden Daniels injured or no one.
Yeah. So you can have a quarterback or be like me.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to go with not having a quarterback either way.
There you go.
My big thing is I've got Kareem Hunt hadn't scored shit in the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Alvin Kamara has not scored well in the last few weeks.
Yep.
So, good heck.
Now, hold on. Let's talk.
Kareem Hunt, Alvin Kamara, and with receivers, Malik is going to play because Malik scores 10 points a week because of return yards.
Can I offer something on stream to you right now? And I just want your opinion. I know you're going to say no, but I want to know why you would say no. I offer you Genty and Fields for Daniels and Kamara. Why do you say no? Fields and Kamara about the same. Jaden Daniels and Genty.
Yeah, because then I'm in the same boat looking for a freaking quarterback.
Yeah, but you're no longer.
I hate this league.
You're going to be looking for a running back next year.
Oh, I know.
So you are going to be looking for a tight end, a kicker, one more receiver, a running back, all your linebackers. How are you going to do that this summer?
I'm not.
Oh, okay. Oh, by the way.
Actually, what I'll wind up doing, it'll be a lot of free agency.
Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. It's going to have to be. I mean, the good news is you got your first round pick. So you're going to be able to draft. My guess is, dude, I don't know where you're going, but you're going to be able to fill at least one of those with that first round pick. Now, me personally, and I know you think very similar, so I wouldn't be surprised if you've already considered this. Trade your number one pick, get a few extra picks when it comes draft time because people love trading down or trading up actually. So you get the extra picks and you might be able to pull a few rookie linebackers to help your team, which is what I'm trying to do in 2 years because I have no picks right now.
Yeah.
I want to pull the linebackers and let them sit as rookies because if you look at what the rookies did this year, dude, they're killing it.
Yeah.
So that'd be interesting. I don't know.
I think in this league, in order for us to get ahead, we've got to turn into like all these other guys, where we overvalue things and wait until somebody's stupid enough to make a trade where we win on value.
I agree, and that's. I mean, if you look at all my trades that I've done, I got to go back to it. I think there was only one trade that really wasn't necessarily in my best favor.
Yeah.
But overall, I know what I was doing, and I actually enjoyed it. So here's I don't want trades and trade offers.
I know what I was doing, and I enjoyed it.
I did. Here are the trades I had so far in the year. First of all, I gave up my first round pick for 3 second round picks last year. So I gave up this year's first round pick for 3 second round picks last year. I turned one of those second round picks into Justin Fields and a second round pick. So I got Justin Fields for nothing. I'm out nothing. Okay, I gave up Dalton Kincaid for Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Justin Fields has produced 3 times the amount of points, and he's not even playing 3 of the games. So again, Justin Fields was the right trade. Then I got Jalen Warren, Rashawn Gary, and Geno Stone for the exact same second round pick that I traded the other second round pick for. So for 1 second round pick in Dalton Kincaid, I got Justin Fields, Jalen Warren, Rashawn Gary, and Geno Stone. Yeah, I win.
Oh, yeah.
I have a starting quarterback.
It makes you win that trade.
Well, the running back, dude, Jalen Warren was cheap. I have a starting running back. Yeah. He's putting up 50 points. Yeah, he's not giving me a ton of points, but he's staying consistent every week. Geno Stone putting up the same amount of points as Jalen Warren makes it even for me. And Rashawn Gary's put up 30 points, which is my second best defensive end. Then I took one of my second round picks and a third, gave away Elijah Moore, which actually got dropped after this trade, gave up Mason Rudolph, which hasn't done anything since the trade. So I gave a second and a third for Jared Verse, great defensive end, Cameron Bynum, my second best safety behind Geno Stone. So my safeties are locked for the next couple years. My defensive end, Jared Verse, lock for the next few years. Jalen Warren, locked for the next few years. My last trade was Marvin Mims and Kyle Monaghay for Kendra Miller and Luke McCaffrey.
Yep.
Every single one of my trades, I haven't milked anybody. I haven't fleeced anybody, but I've been strategic with what I've done.
Yeah, you're using strategery.
Yeah. Now let's go look at Washington. I have to show you guys Washington Sentinels because this dude is all over the fucking place. Watch what he's done in the last 300 days. First of all, I loved Reginald's quivering member. He gave up a first and a third to get TJ Edwards and Alvin Kamara, which he needed to. If he wouldn't have done that trade, I don't know who you would have gotten on the 126. Might have helped you, but you were going to go after a running back, right? And there were no running backs available at 126.
Well, no, there was none available. My first round pick was 22.
6.
And there were 26, and there was nothing there.
Yeah. So you gave up Nakobe Dean and a first round pick for TJ Edwards. That makes perfect sense. Although TJ hasn't produced yet, it still makes sense to me. And then you gave up a third for Alvin Kamara. I think that you won that trade. Washington then followed up and he went and got Trey Hendrickson and a third for Manduka, Andre Van Ginkel, and a second and a third. So he exchanged thirds, gave up a second, gave up a good defensive end, gave up a ton of money in defensive tackle to get Trey Hendrickson, who has done nothing.
Yeah.
Bad trade.
He's one of those big name guys.
Yep.
He just wants big names.
I don't understand the point of Andrew Van Ginkel and Trey Hendrickson. Those were about the same. So you really gave him a second round pick to get the exact same player back. You paid him an extra pick and a player just to trade up. I don't understand this trade at all. His next one, he then gave up Nakobe Dean, Demondre Lenore, and Micah Fitzpatrick. He's giving up all money is what he's doing between Lenore and Fitzpatrick. Ton of money. He got a Landon Roberts, which he trades, a third-round pick, which he traded, Denzel Perryman, which does nothing, Theo Johnson, which he traded, and Jalen Polk, which no one could tell you he was on the New Orleans Saints. I don't understand that trade. Yeah, he got rid of money, but dude, he got nothing. Nothing.
Well, that's the thing is you remember we both told him, we'll take your money. We'll accept that money, but we got to get some value. And he's like, whatever.
Yep.
I'll take whatever. And I swear that's what he did with people. He's like, well, shit, okay, I'm getting rid of $30 million. Awesome. I don't care what I lose.
And I don't know why he got rid of Theo Johnson. I would have at least held on to him. Of course, then I would have held on to Landon Roberts too, just because linebackers are that good. But he's not done. He's not done. This is probably his best trade, in my opinion. He traded Brock Purdy, Jerome Baker, and Donovan Wilson. Now, first of all, I told him to get rid of Brock Purdy. $53 million of a contract for Brock Purdy was ridiculous. He needed to go to any quarterback. Jerome Baker is a linebacker. You can't get rid of linebackers in this league. And Devon Wilson is actually a good safety. But here's what he got. I'm going to start with the fact that he got A.J. Brown. So he went from a $53 million quarterback to about a $24 million wide receiver. All right, makes sense. I already think he's winning this just with that trade alone.
Oh, yeah.
He also got Omar Spetz. Okay, Omar's a linebacker, so at least you're getting something for Jerome Baker. Julian Love, good safety on a good defense. And here's where he killed it. He pulled 2 first-round picks for 2026 with that. Brock Purdy got him A.J. Brown and 2 first-round picks. Crazy. That is a fleecing. That is him taking advantage. There was no reason to have 3 number 1 picks for Brock Purdy. None. He follows that up. He gets rid of Kyle Allen, Carson Wentz, and Benjamin Morrison for Audric Estime, which no one knows. And he did it he needed the space. He needed the space and he needed the money. He does one more trade right after that where he actually gets Joe Flacco because he just got rid of Brock Purdy. He now picks up Joe Flacco, Hunter Henry, but he gave up Theo Johnson, a second and 2/3 to get Flacco. So hold on, let me make sure I get this right. He traded 1 starter for 3 number 1 picks, and he got another starter for a second and 2/3. His valuing is that alone should have told him his values were so bad.
Yeah.
But it didn't. It got worse. He did one more trade. This is the last one he's done. This is his most recent one. And I think he got fleeced in this trade. And I think he deserves it because of what he did for Brock Purdy. He gave up Kendra Miller, which was a starting running back next year, which he currently doesn't have one. Hunter Henry, which he's given up both of his tight ends because he traded Theo Johnson for Hunter Henry. Now he traded Hunter Henry. He's trading Budda Baker, which is money, and 2 first-round picks. So those 2 first-round picks he got for Brock Purdy are now being traded. What is he getting in return? Malik M.F. Neighbors. An IR Malik Neighbors for 2 first-round picks and 3 current starters. So for 5 starters, he got Malik Neighbors, Travis Kelce, which again, that is a joke. Anyone trading for Travis Kelce right now, you are only doing it because you are a fan. There is no reason to pull Kelce in a keeper league right now.
Nope.
Xavier Watts, good safety, but I don't understand the trade between Watts and Budda Baker. And he got 2 third-round picks back. He got fleeced. That is a bad trade.
Big time.
Especially when we flip. I got Kendra Miller for Kyle Monaghay.
Yeah, I like that trade.
Oh, dude, in a heartbeat. I love Kendra Miller. And it sucks that he got injured, and that worries me slightly, but I think he'll be back in time. He'll heal. He's a good runner. And I think he's the starter next year. I really do. I think they're going to draft a running back next year. But, you know, they got to play. Someone's got to replace Alvin Kamara.
This is my fucking. Sorry, I'm looking at schedules, man.
No, I'm with you. All right,
I got to go real quick and go with my lineup.
Go.
Since I don't have anybody else, I'm putting Jaden Daniels since we have to have a quarterback.
Yep.
However, I went ahead and looked at my lineup, and rather than I'm going off light offensively this week.
Okay.
Because quite frankly, Justin Reed, Javon Bullard, Jack Jones, and Tyson Campbell have outscored any receiver or running back that I have on my roster aside from Malik.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm playing heavy defensively because I've got Hutches on bye.
Yep.
And Akeem Davis-Gaithers on bye.
Yep.
So I've got Kareem Hunt, even though he doesn't. I'm hoping maybe this week they let him run in 2 touchdowns from the 2-yard line.
That'd be nice.
So him and Alvin will put them at tail.
Mm-hmm.
Malik, just against the Falcons, I hope the Falcons score a lot and kick off a lot so that he can get return yards.
Okay.
Now, here's my big one that I don't know if you're going to agree with me or not. I'm taking Darnell over Mark Andrews. My reason being, Aaron Rodgers has fallen in love with Darnell Washington.
Yes. I mean,
and you don't have the starting quarterback for Mark Andrews.
Here's my thing. You are correct. In the last 2 games, Darnell Washington has received 10 targets, 64 yards, 1 touchdown, 6 catches on 10 targets. Yep. I mean, it makes sense. The only concern I have is I think he's mainly going to be used for blocking because of everything that's coming up on the line. And I think he will get his points mainly from not running out, but from goal line. Yeah. So I can see why you're replacing Andrews.
And I can think right now, I could see Malik or Darnell. I got Malik Washington and Darnell Washington, so I always get names messed up.
I'm with it.
I could see Darnell having 2 catches for 6 yards and 2 touchdowns.
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah. And like I said, Aaron Rodgers, and you know Aaron Rodgers, he loves him.
Yeah. But then again,
the dudes that he liked.
Then again, he did throw his touchdowns to Pat Freiermuth.
If I could have got Freiermuth, I'd have been happy, but I'll take Darnell.
Yeah. I think Darnell is going to get more playing time than Pat.
Darnell. And I've got Young Ho Koo.
He might kick. He might.
Hey, man, you never know. If he kicks this week, Chase, I'm going to call you and just laugh maniacally.
You held on to Young Ho Koo.
On my own, I will have made the right decision.
You couldn't pull the trigger on the trade, but then it paid off.
Well, and the other thing is, when I listened to you, and you and I were chatting, that was a great trade for Jaden Daniels. However, if you're not getting, when I'm looking at all these other trades, if I'm not going to get a first in this league for these morons, along with those players, I'm not taking the trade.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
And if the guy writes back and goes, okay, fine, I'll give you the first. Okay.
Yeah.
At that point, if I'm getting 3 players and a first, I probably would do it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now it's helping all of your team put up average numbers. You will outproduce what Jaden Daniels gives you right now. Just right now, with Michael Penix alone, it's just not enough to carry you.
Fact. And so I'm going to go with TJ Edwards. Hopefully he finally scores points.
Yeah, he will.
Segun Alube, because he is my linebacker that is the most, he scores 1 point a week.
He's on special teams. He makes 1 tackle.
And that's a fact. But the other guy makes an assist a week, so I'll take the tackle.
I got you.
And then I got Tyson Campbell and my number 1 pickup in Jack Jones.
Yeah.
and then Javon Bullard and Justin Reed.
Yeah, no, I mean, makes perfect sense to me. Your defense is you have similar to our linebackers look almost the same. So I get you on that. Our defensive ends, yours are consistently putting up more points. My first one, Jared Verse, is putting up points like your Jeffrey Simmons and Nick Bonito. So I'm not too worried about those. My second one, though, is not. Rashawn Gary's putting up 30 points instead of 48 or 50, so I'm hurting a little bit there. The only thing I can say is what I'm hurting in defensive ends and tackles, I'm making up in kicking. So suck on that.
And safeties, dude. Your safeties score points, bro.
Oh, they do. Yeah, Geno Stone and Cameron, like I said, I'm going to most likely be holding both of them. I like both of them safeties. I have no reason to trade them. They're pretty consistent. No, I know where I'm headed for the offseason.
I think we both do, and I think we'll have a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. Talking all the receivers. I almost went after Jared Jeudy for you just because I wanted, I was going to take the $17 million cap hit, but then I was like, he would never see my lineup.
No, and I'm literally going to put a lot of those guys. I'm starting to see how this league works.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put a lot of those dudes just on trade bait and see if anyone offers anything.
Yep. Yeah,
and I'm going to put Jaden Daniels up because I want to see what these morons. I may get a guy. I'll give you 3 first-rounders and this guy and be like, well, shit, okay.
It was funny.
For those first-round picks.
One of my reasons I was thinking about trading for Daniels with you is just because I knew that was my only way I was going to go get a quarterback. I don't want Jaden Daniels. That is the truth. I don't trust him. I think he's too fragile. There's something about Washington quarterbacks. They just love to run and get injured. Kirk Cousins was the anomaly to that. He left and then disappeared. Go figure. So my thing is this, like, I'm not a Jaden Daniels fan. I know his value, though. So my hope was if I got the trade, who was I going to go after? If I went after Michael Penix, he doesn't have enough for me to go after Michael Penix. I would like have to have 3 or 4 players off that team for that to make sense to me. And he's not going to trade that, so that doesn't work. Bo Nix is the only other quarterback that, without a doubt, I want. I want Penix and Bo Nix. That's really it. That guy's not trading Bo Nix. I've tried multiple times. The reason why he's not trading Bo Nix is because he traded his entire roster last year for Bo Nix. So he's going to ride Bo Nix. Cool. That makes sense to me. I'm pretty much trying to do the same thing.
The only guy I want.
Indiana Jones.
I don't know. I want Baker.
Yeah, I know you want Baker, and I think you can get Baker with Jaden Daniels.
So do I.
I honestly think you can get Baker without Jaden Daniels. I think you can offer a first-round pick and end up with 2.
Could you imagine having two quarterbacks, Chase?
Mm-hmm. I imagine
like gold in this league.
Just about. I mean, you can honestly hold on to 2 high-scoring quarterbacks for as long as you want until you get something that you really enjoy.
Golly.
I'm surprised you haven't gone after Baker Mayfield with how much you like him. Why haven't you offered Jaden Daniels for Baker?
How often do I have to tell you that I'm a coward when it comes to trade?
No, I understand that, but like we haven't even really talked about that. You talked about Penix. You even were talking about offering for Penix, but
I keep looking, and it's because the money, fitting it all in.
$33 million, dude, take it. $33 million for Baker is less than almost everybody else. Everybody else is like $50 million. Even not Penix, but Indiana Jones is going to be like $45-50 million the next year. Watch.
Well, on Baker, they're talking restructuring. Baker's going to be a $45 million quarterback.
Oof. Well, I mean, then
this is the only reason I haven't pulled the trigger.
So wait a minute. Hold on. If I go straight,
Jaden, they're going to restructure. They're going to do something with his. So what am I paying for?
Yeah, Jaden Daniels, you're going to most likely. It's a matter of time until you're paying Jaden Daniels.
Yep.
If you look at the top 20 quarterbacks, top 20, at 20, you have CJ Stroud at 8.5 million. Spencer Rattler at 18 with 1 million. Caleb Williams at 14 with 10 million. Bo Nix at 6 at 4.6 million. And Drake May at 4 at 9 million. Everybody else is, you're talking $40, $50 million range. You're paying for a quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
You have no choice in this league. And this is, I keep looking at it. You, in order for you to have a consistent quarterback, top 20, you're going to have to pay. Tua Tagovailoa is 53 million. Kyler Murray is 46 million. Geno Smith is 37.5. Even Cam Ward is 12, and he's running 31st. Like,
crazy.
You have no choice but to go grab a very expensive quarterback. Now, here's the worst part. You ready for this wonderful news? 2005 is the contract year. So Daniel Jones is in a contract year. He's going to be tagged or just extended. Good luck. Let's see. The next one, Aaron Rodgers is in a contract year. You don't even know if he's going to play next year. And Joe Flacco is in a contract year. Everybody else is fucked. We are all fucked if we don't have a quarterback right now. No quarterback is going to become available in the offseason. You've got to trade. So, to me personally, I think you hold on to Jaden Daniels and you trade the first round pick if you want to. Get a backup, get a cheap second quarterback that you think could go off. And that's how I would do that. You are going to have to
kicker with it.
Yeah. Kicker is a little bit more interesting. You should have no problems getting a kicker. There are a lot more kickers that are going to hit the free agent marker this year. Like, I wouldn't be too worried about a kicker. I mean, and you're talking from
it's not too worried.
The top kicker right now at 67 points. The worst kicker is at 28 points, and he missed 2 games.
Yeah.
So you're talking 40-point difference.
You're a week away. I had Young Ho, and he was kicking well, and then a bad week happened. And that's the bad thing about kickers.
I do have an idea.
They go.
I have an idea for you. Go after Schrader. Indianapolis Colt kicker that's a IR. They already offered him for a price. I think it was like a third. Set on your kicker for the rest of the year. Put him on IR.
Oh, shit.
Dude, he's $1 million and he's good till 26.
That's true.
Guys, I have to give me just a moment. I'll be right. Coming back at you. Here we go. Sorry about that little break right there, guys. All right. So you've heard it. Old school fat man. He had to get out of here. We appreciate him joining us every single Wednesday for Fantasy Football Wednesday. All right. We got a couple more to go through. We have set our lineup for Frankly My Dear, and we have set the lineup for our worst league. We've got 2 more that I need to show you. So let's do it. Both of these leagues having a little bit of trouble. We do have a trade, I guess, to talk through. Let's see what's going on in the taxi squads. So, taxi squad, Tez Johnson in Tampa Bay claiming owned by, offer a 5th round pick. That's not going to happen. He's going to be promoted. That is not going to happen. Good luck. Let's take a look at my trade. What do we get? Marquise Brown for a 3rd round pick. I do need a receiver, but Marquise Brown is not it. So I'm going to reject that one. I am not interested in Marquise Brown. I don't trust that team at all, if I'm being honest. All right, let's set our lineup. What we got going on? Mike Vrabel against Cleveland, or Mike Tomlin against Green Bay. We're going to stick with Vrabel. We think they're going to probably continue their winning streak. Caleb Williams, Michael Penix, and Mac Jones. Is it bad that I'm thinking Mac Jones is the best start? Ooh. I'm actually thinking. What are you guys doing here? It's starting to come along. Offense are going to be horrible. He's got a bone bruise in his foot? Are you kidding me? That sucks. Against Miami, I'd probably take it, but I think I'm going to stick with Mac Jones for right now. Not moving Jonathan Taylor or Devon Achane. Those two stay. Dude, they're carrying my team for whatever wins I do have. My receivers are garbage. Good news. I got 3 to play, but they're not going to score points this week. No, they are bad, and that's the best I've got. It's literally the best I've got. Dude, I'm playing another Tracy. I think I'll go Tyrone Tracy. I mean, over Noah Gray. If Tyrone can give me a touchdown, it's going to be more than Gray. I'm going to stick with Fairburn. My punter doesn't really matter on this one. Brian Bringer. Man. Yeah, I think I'll stick with Bryce. I might need to trade Austin now that I think about it. We have a defensive tackle going in Jonathan Franklin. We've got our defensive ends, James Houston, Montez Sweat. Sweat, not sweet, Sweat. Who's our linebacking core going to be? Ooh, I think we're going to go Christian Bozeman. Roseboom. I think we're going to have to do that. We're going to have a tough week this week, I think. I got Mekhi Blackman. Yeah, let's keep Trent McDuffie right there. All right, that team's pretty much set. Not a lot we can really change. We need one more starter on defense. Those 2 are good. Got 3 there. Got 2 there. Got 1 there. I guess we're going defensive tackle. Matt Milano, we just never know if he's going to play. Tavi is backup, I believe, right now. Nope. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be any good. Let's see if there's anyone we can actually pick up. Is there anyone we can pick up? So, Justin, I'll pick him up. I've already got, so I'm looking to pick up Justin Sternard and BJ Hill. What about punter, 69 points, and Jack Fox compared to, what is my punter doing? The one I'm trying to get rid of. I mean, he's better than Austin. Not by much, though. Bye coming up in 9. And I think Detroit's already had theirs. Nope, he's on the bye this week. Okay. So maybe next week, we'll see. All right, I think that does it for this one. All right. Let's do survival pool. I think we're out of it already. We got beat up. Atlanta killed us. Yeah, Atlanta killed us. I was trying to get the lower teams before I had to choose really good teams, but yeah, misplayed on Atlanta. Let's look at pool. Here we go. We got Minnesota, the Chargers. I'm going to have the Chargers at home. And you got Wentz playing one more week, I believe. I like the Patriots over the Browns. I got to go Bengals over the Jets. Is that game crap? Like, what is happening in that game? I got to go Eagles over the Giants, but I think the Giants are starting to become a lot more fun. Falcons over the Dolphins. Bills to embarrass the Panthers. Bears to beat the Ravens. I'm actually going to go with Niners over the Texans. Oh, am I really? CMC is that hard? I mean, the offense for Houston is, you just can't put up points right now. I'm going to go with San Francisco, but I don't know if their offense is any better. I don't know. Tampa Bay over the Saints, especially coming off of their loss. Colts over the Titans. I pretty much select anyone over the Titans. This is going to be a game. Cowboys and Broncos. I'm going to take the Broncos. Packers over the Steelers. Chiefs over the Commanders. Which one do we feel the best over? Let's definitely take the Colts. Tampa Bay over the Saints we feel good on. Buffalo over Carolina we feel good on. We don't even know who's going to throw the ball for Miami. I'm going to do Philadelphia and Giants down low because I don't care about the Cincinnati Jet game. Any crappy team could win that one. That's another tough game. Tough game. I think the Bears more likely to win that pretty well. That's a pretty tough game. That could go either way, but I feel good on the Broncos. Steelers at home against the Packers. That's going to be a hell of a charged up game on a Sunday night. DK Metcalf. I don't know. I just think the Packers have a better overall team. Better overall team. All right. That puts in those. We got one more to go. Sin City. No trades on this one. This is very interesting. I am starting to come back in this league. And you're going to look at my team and be like, how are you starting to come back? Like, same consistent problem. Have no receivers. On almost all my teams, I have the same consistent problem. So let's take a look. Submit my lineup. Bo Nix or Justin Herbert? Got about the same amount of points. They're averaging 22 each. Justin Herbert against the Vikings defense on Thursday Night Football. Or Bo Nix. We got to go. We got to go with Herbert, right? We got to go with Herbert. He's put up almost 2,000 yards in half the time. That's maybe he hits 4,000. Maybe he hits 4,000. The Commander one. See how he's doing against. So he should have been able to do a lot more against the Commanders, but couldn't. And he still put up 15 points at the least. Bo Nix, on the other hand, which is one of my favorites. He's got 2 kind of low scoring games. I can't believe he threw the ball 50 freaking times. And they're going to probably have to throw the ball that many times against Cowboys. I mean, it's going to have to be an offensive shootout, right? It's going to have to be an offensive shootout, but I'm going to take Herbert. Jalen Warren stays in. Jordan Mason, Nick Chubb. We're going to leave all 3 of our running backs there. That doesn't make any sense to move anything. We got 3 receivers that we need. We got Alec Pierce, Rashee Rice, and T. Higgins. Yep, we're going to stick with those 3. Alec Pierce is the one I'm hoping will start stepping up a little bit more. Hoping. What do we got tight end wise? Should we go? Yeah, we got Dalton Schultz, and we're kind of sticking with him. Green Bay, yeah. I'm gonna take Chris Boswell. Sunday night. I think that could be a field goal type of game. I have no defensive tackles. Ooh, Vita Villa. My best defensive tackle. And then we'll go see if there's someone else we can get. Patrick Jones is on the IR. We need 2. Okay, we need another defensive end. Who we thinking? Leo? Nope. Shaq is back. Let's go Shaq and Jack. Yeah, let's do that. I like Jack, though. I'm debating between Leo Chenal and Jack Gibbons. Having 2 New England Patriots. No, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Derek Stingley having some trouble. Let's go DeRon Bland. Oh, is he going to pick off Denver? I think I'm going to go Christian Benford. Jalen Ramsey, I'm always down. Like right now, he's playing pretty well, so I'm going to hold on to him. Cameron Curl, well, the rest of these I'm in trouble. Let's go see if we can pick up, dude, like a safety of some type, man. If I can get a safety, defensive end, let's go see what is out there. Holy goodness gracious. Top free agents. We got a cornerback in DeMarcus Lawrence. He's had 2 pretty good games, but he's on a bye this week. Ashton Davis, we need. He's playing against Atlanta. So let's take. Do I have room? I've got 2 spots. Okay. Submit. And perform add drop. So I'm now going after Chris Jenkins and Ashton Davis. So both of those. Chris Jenkins playing the Jets. Yeah, I like that. Okay. I like that. That fixes both of my problems. And there's no linebacker on here. You guys see that? There is no linebacker. There is no linebacker. Oren Burks. I mean, isn't he? I think he's special teams. I don't know what's going on with him. He's played every week. Matt Milano would be better if I could get him not injured. Yeah, he won't stay uninjured. Dude, there is no one in this. See my linebacker. I mean, I have ones I can get rid of. Oh, I don't even need to get rid of him. I forgot. IR. Yeah, put Patrick Jones in the IR and just pick up another free one. There you go. Now, we can go Orange Books, Summit, copy to group 2, and copy to group 3. All right, let's go after those. Everything should be going on today. Who we playing? It's going to be a tough matchup. We need a win. Yeah, we were the highest scorer last week. Look at that. 288, baby. Yeah, we dominated yesterday or last week. Everybody went off. Bo Nix going off for 43 points, helped out a ton. Jalen Warren put up 25 points. T. Higgins give me 20. Rashee Rice give me 20. My defense, Terrell Dotson and Akeem Gather. I mean, dude, they were on it. There's our defensive ends. Justin Herbert put up 33 points. I would have scored 278. Crazy. All right. So we're 3-4. Who are we playing? Where's the schedule? Where's the schedule? Show me the schedule. Does anyone see the word schedule somewhere on this dang list? Taxi Squad. Where is my schedule? It's so sad. So sad. That's not what I wanted. Let's take a look. Why does it not have? There it goes. Let's see. We're in 8. So we're playing Binion's Blackjacks, which we are currently a 34-point favorite. MGM lost last week. Holy jeez. Binion's Blackjacks. Let's see what they are. They are 5-2. They also have a counting problem, but that's fine. Not my problem. I don't have to deal with it. Who's their roster? What am I looking at this week? So we're going up against Drake May. Let's just be real. He's going to probably put Drake May in. He's going to have James Cook, Josh Jacobs. So I need the Packers to not have a good game. James Cook's probably going to go off. I definitely need the Packers and Pittsburgh game to not be beneficial. I'm hoping they're on bye, right? Yeah, they're on bye, so I'm not worried about Puka. Amon St. Ra, on the other hand, yes, also on a bye. His 2 best receivers are on byes. Oh, I have a shot. Yeah, the rest of that team is... Dude, he's got Jackson Dart sitting on his taxi squad. Good drafting on his part. I wanted Jackson Dart. Couldn't get him, though. Couldn't get him. I'm not overly worried about my team, per se. Like, if you look at my taxi squad, it's not horrible. All right, look. RJ, Malik. So I got 140 points sent on my first 2. I got a tight end coming in, a cornerback going to fill in for one of these, a defensive tackle going to fill in for Vea. So yeah, we're doing okay. I know Caden Davis got me killed, but whatever. It was my 6th round pick. Could have been anything better. Traded Donze and JCM for Jaron Warren and Zay Flowers? I wouldn't. I would keep both of them. JCM is going to get more touches with Jaden Daniels being potentially hurt. Odonze, I know he's not as consistent, but Flowers isn't right now, and neither is Jalen Warren. I mean, Warren's not... I'm a Warren fan. He's even on my team. Yeah. I'm a huge fan. But unless, I don't see how Jalen Warren's and Flowers helps you. Odunze is outproducing Flowers, if I remember correctly. Let's just go to receivers here. And do remember that this is all dependent upon what your league's information is. So Flowers has got 88 points. Odunze's got 100. This week, Baker. By a long shot, Baker. I am actually a huge Bo Nix fan. Huge Bo Nix fan. And I wouldn't... My problem with Dallas is if you look at how Denver likes to run their team, I think Baker Mayfield going up against the New Orleans Saints, coming off of a loss, dude, take Baker. Don't even second guess it. Take Baker. Oh yeah, we're looking at running back still. So yeah, Odunze has about 12 more points than Flowers. And I don't just go off points, but I mean that's at least a good start for us. And then we got Warren and JCM. Okay. So if we look at Warren, got Jalen Warren at 82, and we got Jackery at 86. So you would be trading the two higher players for the two lower ones. Is Galaxy, is this a keeper league or is this a one-off league? The reason why I'm asking that is because if it's a one-off league, then I would start paying attention to the playoffs. What are their matchups? What's going to be better for you in the one-off league? If it's a keeper league, no, stay at Donze and JCM. Gotcha. No, I think you mean it's not a one-off league. Oh, it's standard. Really? You have Bo Nix and Baker Mayfield in a standard league. Thank goodness. I would hate you if we were in a keeper league and you had both of those. I would still take Odunze and JCM. But again, here's the difference. Now what you've got to do is look at the playoffs. So you're looking at pretty much Ravens, Dolphins, Lions, and Browns. That works out really well for Jalen, minus the Lions. If your championship week is week 16, Jalen's going to be in for some bad times. Let's look at Jacory. Week 16, playing the Eagles. The only bright side is that Washington's going to be at home. If you look at the rest of it, yeah. Dude, I would take my chances with JCM a whole lot more based off the defenses right now. Broncos, Vikings, Giants, Eagles, and Cowboys. Dude, those are all points. All points. And I know I said that against the Cowboys just now. He only had 13 touches. Yeah, I get you. I still think the matchup is better for him. I do. Now, if we go receivers, Zay Flowers has Steelers, Bengals, Patriots, and Packers. Not a huge fan of these last two. Patriots have a really good defensive back system. Packers are going to bring a good defense. So that's a tough matchup in the last 2 weeks. And then where's the other one? Rome. Rome has Packers, Browns, Packers, and Niners. Dude, Odunze, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't have taken that. I wouldn't have taken that deal either. Etienne and Jettas for London and no. Why? You have JCM. Why? Who are your other running backs? Like, I don't understand why they would do that. You're talking 30 points, but JCM's going to put up points this week and fill in that gap. You might be talking like a 15, 10-point difference between Etienne and JCM. I don't understand why that trade. Especially in a one-off league. Now, if it was a keeper league and you're talking like dynasties, yeah, you might trade Travis Etienne. Or no, I wouldn't trade for him unless you believe he's gonna end up on a good team, because I think they're gonna get rid of Etienne. He's the most value. I think they'll keep their 2 rookies that they got. I wouldn't do that trade either. Keep London and Odonze, and I would also, again, start Baker over Knicks, and I would keep Odonze and JCM over Warren and Flowers. That's what I would do. Let's see. All right, so we've got a hard matchup this week. I'm going to try to go back to the standings. Always forget where they are. There's like so many freaking things up in here. Where are the friggin' standings? They're there. Okay. So I'm in this wonderful division. I've got plenty of salary cap space. I'm not too worried. I am 3 games behind first place. I am playing Binions, which is tied for first. But I've caught him on a really bad week. I think I might be able to put some points on him, which will be interesting. 13-team league, I'm sure there are a ton of trades. If you've got, you're doing a standard-based 13, everybody's just trading for who's the hot commodity. It's one of the reasons why I hate the standard-based systems. Whenever it comes to standard, I always play for the last 4 weeks. I'm only going after players that have the absolute best matchups in the last 4 weeks, because that's where you win. Limp into the playoffs and then beat everybody easily. That's always my goal in standard leagues. Binions, we're gonna catch him. If we can catch him, we go to 4-4. I don't think Flamingo loses. I can't stand that he does that. Schedule, get off of me. Flamingo just lost, so that was helpful. Flamingo does not lose often. Actually beat MGM, which is one of the better teams. Destroyed Bellagio. Barely beat Excalibur. Barely beat Sicilian. And then beat me by 30. Man, so I got Flamingo in the last week. We can definitely catch him. If I can catch these two, if I can go on a 3-game winning streak at the end. He's playing Venetian, which is 2-5. Railroad 2-5. Laughing 5-2. Then he plays the Blackjacks like I have, and then he plays the Division. That'll be interesting. Looking at my final schedule here, 5-2. Then we got the Valkyries, which he's playing right now. Railroad Pass should be hopefully another 2 more wins. Jackalopes are another 5-2, so I'm gonna have to try really hard on that one. Sicilian 4-3. This is it. Can I win out? There's at least 2 games that I know are going to be tough before I even get to my division games, and my division games will all be tough. So no, I don't think I'm winning out. I don't think I'm winning out, but I definitely think I'm going to push. All right. Is that all 4 leagues? We got the 3 in here. See if a trade went through or anything. This is the league that everybody moves the most on. So you can see I'm talking to a bunch of people about potential trading for a quarterback. Not seeing it. So that's what we need to do. Did we do Survivor Pool? I think we're out of this one too. Yeah, Washington and Atlanta both killed us. Let's go to our pool picks. Let's make sure we get these in. I said Chargers, Patriots, Bengals, Eagles, Falcons. This is where it switches over. Bills, Bears, Niners, Bucks, Colts, Broncos, Chiefs. I still don't know about the Green Bay. I've got to root for Green Bay. I've got to root for Green Bay. I'm playing against a bunch of Steelers. I got to root for Green Bay. And here is the really worst part. Jaylen Warren on the team that I'm trying the hardest in. I need Jaylen Warren to score. He's my only running back. Yeah. So Jaylen Warren is either going to beat me or beat me. Dude, I'm so screwed. All right. Man, I love everybody. I appreciate you guys. We had a great show today. We had a great show. We're gonna get out of here. We got 2 hours on this. We're gonna come back at you later today, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We were playing some Expedition 33. We were playing some Marvel Strike Force. We got Final Fantasy being loaded up. So we got some games coming at you later today. Stream team, love you guys. You got Chase Brown and Debo for Jukins. Yeah, I get you. I know how you feel about Jukins in that final one. You can get Chase Brown and Debo. In June, if I remember, this is a one-off, right? Yeah, it's a one-off league. Oh, dude, trade it. Yeah, take Jason Brown and Debo. Yeah, because you're playing for the playoffs. I would definitely do the trade. You're going to lose some points in Jukins unless Chase Brown is going to come back to form. Which he could. With Flacco potentially managing that team, I could see Chase Brown starting to get back to form. So to me, it makes a lot of sense for that. I mean, Jukins is. It's not that he's not, but in a one-off league, you gotta play the matchups. Again, if this was a dynasty keeper league, dude, I'd sit on Jukins. But with it being one-off, June, go get it, man. Go get it. Get Debo and get because Debo's gonna come back and put up some points. And Chase is again, he's the only one. You don't know which one you're gonna get yet. You're 5-2. Oh no, I definitely, yeah. I don't think Jukins is going to hurt you that much of the drop off, because your other running backs are going to carry you no problem. Oh man, yeah, I think you'll be fine. Yeah, I think your other running backs are just fine. Again, Gibbs, Rico. Oh, wait, that's the other one. My bad. I've got so many in here. I'm trying to find them all again. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, there's so many, man. It's way back. But I would do the trade, Jen. Absolutely do the trade. And even Galaxy agrees. Appreciate you, Galaxy. Not that you agree with me. I just appreciate that you spoke up. I mean, agreeing with me is just a benefit. For me, I think. All right, guys. I'm coming at you later today. We're going to get out of here for a little bit. Yeah, again, JT, Bucky, and Rico. Yeah, trade. In a heartbeat. Only because it's a one-off, though. Only because it's a one-off. I don't even know if they would offer that to you if it was a keeper league. I don't know. People are so strange when it comes to values. So you get your favorite players and you just lock in on them. That's how it works. Galaxy, I appreciate you, man. Yeah, I got to get out of here though. I can stay talking with you guys all the time. I'm actually thinking about expanding out my fantasy football, and talking like just different stories throughout the whole week, because that's a lot of fun. Basketball just picked up, and that's my first love, if I'm being honest. I went to college, had a basketball scholarship, love playing. So might just have to pick that up as well. Dude, I hope so. June, I hope so. Come on back. We're going to play some games, talk some trash, have a good time. We're all about having a good time here. But guys, I appreciate all of you. Shout outs, June, Galaxy. I have one more. Hold on. Let's see. June, Galaxy, Big Bando. I appreciate all you guys. Chris, yours truly, also with the subscriptions. I appreciate the follows. I appreciate you guys just hanging out, chilling, and talking. You guys make this so much fun. But that's it, man. You know me. I'm your bow with the flow. I'm Calypso. And on behalf of the stream team and everybody here with me, may the stars light your path and may the wind blow your way. As we'll see you later today. Have a wonderful time.